Yes guys, welcome back to the White Hart Lounge episode 8. Hope everybody's keeping well and has had a good week. Look guys, off the back of fantastic result last week against Frankfurt in the Europa League, getting to the semi-finals. Yeah, a bit of a surprise, but we did it. Back to reality, wasn't it? Monday night against Nottingham Forest. Another defeat, another disappointment. And look, Nottingham Forest, I get that. They've got a lot to play for this season, still trying to get into that top 5, get in the Champions League. They were motivated. They caught us cold, started fast, and we never really recovered, did we? A lot of possession, a lot of chances, really good chances as well in that match. But again, defensively, we just weren't strong enough. Going forward, we weren't clinical enough. And it's left with, what's that, number 18th defeat of the season. And then, you know, it's kind of, this is what we are this season. Put aside that result against Frankfurt and get into the semi-finals. The league season continues to be awful. Really, really bad. And the negativity starts swarming again amongst the fan base. It really does. And I understand that, because people, they want to see their team win at home. There's been far too many losses this season, breaking up home records, losing so many games. And it's just so frustrating, isn't it, as a fan? You want the team to kind of build on that victory against Frankfurt and then put in another good performance, right? And beat Nottingham Forest at home. But, you know, Nottingham Forest this season have been far better than us. They really have. And we are... Everything's in the Europa now, isn't it? You know, everything's being put into that. And going on to that Europa, I think, like, guys, I don't know if you agree with this, but let us know. But I feel that performance against Frankfurt was more on the players turning up rather than what Ange did. I think the players can see that they're that close now to getting to a final and possibly winning it, that they kind of really upped their game that day and fought and were competitive. And, you know, and it wasn't an amazing performance, but it was a performance which showed that, you know, that on their day they can defend well and want to win a game. And I think that the players will, you know, if you don't agree, you can say, I think the players have taken responsibility of this competition now, and they're going to want to win it for themselves. Not anything Ange is going to do remarkably regarding tactics, systems, whatever. It's going to be kind of players are going to want to get through that competition and win it, because it's a massive chance now of getting through that semi-final, winnable fixture, and then into that final. Once you're in that final, anything can happen. And, you know, on the show, on my channel, Beyond the Lane, me and Ange, pure COYS and guests, we were talking about this, and this is like, what did he say now? I think it was Matt. He said that, you know, if you look at the competitions we've won in the past, Ramos, George Graham, he was the other manager now. It's gone beyond me. But those type of managers who weren't really fancied as Spurs managers, or, you know, they won't go down like someone like Poch, someone like Redknapp, Martin Jol. They won them trophies. So are we in for another unfancied manager winning another trophy for Spurs? It's quite possible. It really is, guys. Give us your thoughts on that. What else has been going on this week? I mean, it's just a lot of, you know, talk about, like, Ange is going by many journalists. You know, whatever happens in the Europa League, we win it, we lose it, Ange is still on his way out. And then at the end of these kind of statements from the journalists, but if he win it, he might stay. Look, if you look at it, and it is a results business, and the league has not been good enough, there's going to be some more defeats to come as well in the remaining fixtures. So, guys, I just think Ange is probably going to go. Can he win that Europa League? Can the team win the Europa League? Of course they can. And that will be it, really. Ange will be gone. He'll move on. And, yeah, what an experience from Ange. Guys, and then there's just lots of links to different managers. You don't know what truth in it at all is. You just don't know. You really don't. We will not know until the end of the season. But what I do hope is that there are some things going on at board level, discussing about, you know, who they're going to bring in, what's going to happen with the recruitment, who's going to be moved on, what players are going to sign. There must be some discussions around that starting now before the end of the season, and then it can be implemented come the summer. Guys, give us your thoughts on that. Do you all think Ange is going to go? I just can't see how we can survive really with that amount of league defeats.
Liverpool, Tottenham, 4 o'clock Sunday. Nobody's looking forward to this match. Liverpool just need a point to clinch the title. I just think it's going to be just a very straightforward game for Liverpool. I mean, I don't see the players putting it all out there on Sunday, knowing that the game on Thursday in the Europa League. You just hope that Ange sets them up in a way that we're not going to get absolutely battered. Just sit back, play it tight, try and catch them on their counter. Just play clever. Saying that, Ange never does it, does he? I mean, he did it against Frankfurt, I guess, but I mean, I think that was more than the players wanting it rather than Ange's change up of tactics or system. He never admitted that he changed it, did he? But look, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I just want it out of the way. Liverpool will be, they'll beat us. We're just not a good team in the league. Not a good team generally in this season. We're just shocking, aren't we? We're shockingly bad. What a horrible game to watch on Sunday. We have to watch it, but we don't really want to. And look at Liverpool, how well they've done. Slot's coming in his first season. He's won the title. I think he's only the 5th manager to do that, winning the Premier League in his first season. So yeah, they've done well. But they, you look at across their side, they've got a lot of winners' experience in there. Slot's come in with a plan, pulled it off. Who's done really well. And this is the trouble, isn't it? Like Spurs, we just don't have a good manager. We don't sign top players, experienced players. We just go for youth, and the whole thing is just one big mess. A disgusting league season, and looking at number 19th defeat, it could be a thrashing Sunday. These players wouldn't put it past me if they just completely surrender. I hope they don't. I hope they have a bit of pride and be competitive to a point. Just don't burn themselves out with pressing. Just kind of try and play clever. But Ange Spurs do not do clever, do they? That's not what they do. They're the most predictable team to play against in the Premier League. But look, Ange has been coming out with more quotes in the press. In his press conference yesterday, talking about, I don't even understand what he's going on about. He was saying, I love the frenzy around finishing 5th this year. They're all brilliant, aren't they? We finished 5th last year. Why is it such a disaster that we finished 5th? I don't understand what he's going on about. That's what you need to ask everyone and yourselves around this time last year. I was asked to lose a game and I was wrong for wanting to win it. But we finished 5th. Yeah, it's not been a good story. A better story is my tenure has been a disaster. And it continues to be. I just think that the kind of hysteria that is surrounding what's happening at the moment is all premeditated for a certain outcome. Hopefully we can defy that. Just talking rubbish, mate. You're just not been good enough. You failed this season. Team have not been good enough. Your tactics system not being good enough. Just admit you're just not. You're just fouled. Coming out with all these little quote statements. Just waffle. More waffle from Ange. We've had it all season. And I'm sick to death of it, to be honest. I really am. He's talking about Romero and, the questions about his future. He didn't really want to talk about it. He says, look, everything needs to be looked at the end of the season. Let's focus on the Europa League, which he is right. All that sort of stuff can be looked at the end of the season. And he keeps saying, let's go and do something special by winning that Europa League. He is, this manager, Ange, he is really... he's a wind-up merchant, isn't he? He really is. And there's more from this press conference yesterday. He says he's not hurt by potentially being a potential manager to achieve the worst ever points total in Premier League history. I think irrespective of this club has had many seasons, and a lot of clubs have seasons when they have done outstandingly well in the league, but they haven't had the opportunity. We have the right now of being in the final 4 of a major competition. That is where the focus is. That's where the focus should be irrespective, especially of the club that hasn't had a lot of success recently. We have got a wonderful opportunity. The players have and the club has collectively. If we forgive ourselves every opportunity to progress to the final, and I think hopefully the momentum we gain from that will give us a chance to do something special. It's not about me. It's not about what I feel and me personally. It's about us as a club. And obviously, you know, like I said, we've fallen well short, but we can assess all of that at the end of the year in terms of the totally of the 2 years here. So, you know, let's assess it there. We just got to try and deal with what's before you. As you said, we are well aware of the league form and the league position is not good enough, but we also know there's an unbelievable opportunity on the horizon. You know, he just knows it. You know, it's like if you don't win that Europa League, he's going to go down as worst manager at the club for God knows how long. If he wins that Europa League, that is, you know, that is something, because we haven't won a European competition for 41 years, Mason. We all want it. The fans want it. We do want to win, and it will cover up a lot of his failures. But the true fans, Spurs fans, know that Ange, he needs to go. He's failed in the league, and even if he wins Europa League, I still want him gone. I don't want him. He's not the man to lead us forward. We have been abysmal. And that Europa League run, we've had quite an easy run, to be honest, to get to the semi-finals and even to the final winnable fixture. And look, if we win it, it will be amazing. But Ange, I mean, you know, you have to give him some credit if we do. But look, he has been shocking for Spurs this season. Ange I'm just had enough of him. So many people have had enough of this guy. So, guys, give us your predictions for Liverpool, Tottenham. What do you think? Yeah, you know, it's probably going to be a thrashing, isn't it? Or it might be like a straightforward 2-0 Liverpool. I just can't see anything else. Guys, what are you thinking about Thursday? Do you think we can get a healthy lead in that first leg of the semi-finals? And when we go to the return leg the following week in Norway, I'm probably thinking we need like a 2-3-0, something like that. It'd be great to get like a 4-0. But you know, this team we're playing, Bodo Glimt, are, you know, they've done really well to get to the semi-final. They're organised. They've got a lot of confidence in the team. So look, it's not going to be easy. They're missing a couple of players, but we'll practically have most players back. I think Son is on his way back. Should be back next Thursday. We'll have a fully fit team, other than Radu, who's still out. Guys, surely this is a win on Thursday. And you know, there's no excuses for me. We should be winning this tie at home, 2-3-0 at least, taking our lead going even to the return leg the following week. Guys, give us your thoughts on Ange and his latest press conference. It's a disbelief, isn't it? Like, this guy talks so much, but it all comes back to the results. The performances have not been good enough, and there's a lot of movement going on. The club are looking at who they're going to recruit in the summer. Ange knows his time's up. He knows it does. Obviously, he knows if he wins that Europa League, then he can walk away knowing he's achieved something at Spurs and been one of the very few managers to do that. So look, crazy season, awful in the league, chance of glory in Europa. What will happen, guys? What will happen? Will we win it? Will we get to that final? I hope we do. As fans, we deserve success. As fans, after this atrocious season, we deserve some glory and to be able to celebrate a victory. If we win that Europa League, it has been a good season, but we are not a good team. And there's a lot of work needs to be done in the summer with the squad, change of manager, change of the recruitment structure. So many things needs to be sorted and a lot of work to do. 5 games left in the league. You know, we're on course to record losses. Just want it over with, but all eyes in the Europa League. You know, let's get behind the team. Let's try and get through to that final, starting off with Thursday at home. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Leave your comments. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.